Well, we already talked about the death of beloved Bob Saget, so let's talk about this guy. Robert Durst. He died in custody early Monday morning, according to his lawyer. He was 78, sentenced to life in prison in October of... What?
Too soon.
Oh, yes, absolutely. For the first-degree murder of his friend, Susan Berman, who was shot and killed in 2000 in her LA home. But that's not all. Durst was charged with murder of his wife, Kathy, who disappeared in 1982, body never found, and then charged with killing his neighbor in Galveston, Texas. Acquitted of that one, though. His lawyer says,
that one he admitted to. Like,
yeah,
he's like,
I
killed that guy.
What was the doc that chronicled all this?
The jinx.
He said that one was self-defense. His lawyer says Durst died due to natural causes. He was on a ventilator due to COVID, and not sure who he'll be missed by.
Nobody. There's too many human beings in my head now. Like, I was listening to the news on the way, and Durst died, and I was like, was that? Wait, and I'm starting to think about Whitey Bulger. Or Whitey,
that's right.
Who was caught. And I was like, there's too many infamous people. There's too many famous people. There's just too many. When I was growing up, all I had to do is Dillinger and Captain Kangaroo. Those were like the only two names I had to know.
Al Capone on a stretch.
Yeah, there wasn't so many famous people. Like, we have so many famous people that a famous person dies every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's
sometimes
true.
more than one.
Yeah, too many, I would say.
What is fame? Where do we draw the line, though?
Well, I think we draw the line at fame when somebody says the name minus the action or the profession.
Right.
So if they just go, if you said you say Betty White died, but you wouldn't go actress Betty White died. You
got it.
We got it. But there are other people where we need the profession in front of it.
And then they're like, okay, I may
context.
have heard of that.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Said Robert Durst. People like, I don't know who that is. Like the guy, the 2-part documentary, he killed it. Oh, yeah, that guy.
Right.
Fred Durst?
Right.
Speaking of documentaries, I watched one that you'll be shocked by that I'd never heard of the guy. I didn't know anything about this, but I'm sure you guys do. Doc Ellis.
Oh, yeah. Living under a bridge.
I was flipping through, the documentaries, and I was like, this looks interesting. And he pitches games on LSD.
Oh,
and
it's different. I'm on Doc. I was on Doc.
Doc Ellis was the famous pitcher.
Yeah, I know who Doc Ellis is. I was on Doc, pitcher from the Mets.
Doc Gooden?
Doc Gooden. Yeah, sorry. They're both equally interesting, but Doc Ellis, interesting.
Yeah, didn't know anything about him. And it was a testament to you when you say, it doesn't matter what the documentary's about. It will be interesting. This was. So in that spirit, I challenge you, Adam, to watch the one about the casting of the Chorus Line revival on Broadway, because it's great.
He's already seen it.
Done and done.
All right, well, yeah.
Doc Ellis set the drug movement back a long time because
and how
it's high on LSD and then pitches a no-hitter.
Yeah. The evils of LSD took a hit that day.
Is this the boomer segment?
No, he admitted. I mean, he did it.
Yeah, he did it. Although I don't know, was he rolling?
Yeah, had he done it the night before?
Yeah, I don't know all the official particulars. Yeah. But anyway.
Well, let's talk about the Golden Globe winner since nobody else is. It wasn't televised. It was tweeted in a hotel room. The winners were tweeted, so I'll give you a couple of the standouts. Best motion picture drama. Brian, I don't know if you're familiar. I'm not. The Power of the Dog.
Saw it.
Any good?
I'm excited for a lot of confused old people to go like, oh, Western. Oh, let me watch this. It is not what you are expecting. It is an artsy Western by Jane Campion, who did the piano. Like, it's not the Western you're thinking of with Clint Eastwood. It's good, but it is not going to satisfy a lot of people.
What's it on?
Netflix, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and Jesse Plemons.
Oh.
It's good, but it's not what people are expecting.
Best musical or comedy, of course, West Side Story. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, Will Smith for King Richard. Best performance,
good.
Yeah, best performance by an actress in a drama, Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos. Watched that the other day. The voice she had down perfectly as Lucille Ball. Very, very impressed.
Is that a good show? A good movie?
Mediocre.
Hard to say.
Mediocre.
Mediocre.
Yeah, I watched that and Eyes of Tammy Faye on the same day. And Jessica Chastain blew my dick off.
Much better.
So I highly recommend that one. Jessica Chastain as Tammy Faye Baker was incredible.
Being the Ricardos is an Aaron Sorkin movie, so you can imagine lots of dry, long scenes of dialogue, which is what it is.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fine. It's good. But J.K. Simmons as William Frawley, for me, steals the show as Fred Mertz.
Can we get back to award shows? I kind of miss them. I never thought I'd say that, but I miss what Ricky Gervais would host.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone would get drunk.
Golden Globes the party.
It was fun.
Well, and I listened to a news podcast about this because I figured we'd talk about it. And it's so many things that went wrong with the Golden Globes. The Hollywood Foreign Press nobody knows who they are. It's less than 100 people. It's hard to figure out why and how they'll let you in. One of their biggest scandals was giving Pia Zadora back in the day the award. I think it was for Best Actress in a movie that hadn't come out, and the movie bombed. It was fucking dog shit. So they realized that guy had been bought off and gotten, hotel rooms in Vegas.
She had like a rich shipping magnate, like Greek husband who bought everything off.
Right.
Okay, I get it. You scratch beneath the surface and everything's a shit show. But I just want to turn on the TV and see some pomp and circumstance, I think we've decided culturally that it's sort of ugly to show off, red carpets, tuxedos, gowns, with all that's going on.
Champagne on every table.
I think it's a weird optic thing where literally celebration is considered a sort of, well, certainly in the era of COVID.
Yeah, getting together like that.
But even beyond that, just the general zeitgeist of the haves and the have-nots, and look at these pampered celebrities out. I think it's right up there with, again, I grew up and rich celebrities were giving you tours of their home. There's no more rich celebrity home tours because these people would be destroyed. There's people in Africa that don't have a pot to piss in, and you have 11 bathrooms.
Because someone's going to find a tweet of yours from 5 years ago saying, so-and-so, this billionaire, or, this person should have given more to... It's like, oh, what about you?
Right. Yeah. I think in general, in a weird way, the celebration part may be dead. Any Grammy stories?
Jeez.
How many Grammys did you go to?
2. Yeah.
Oh, I went to a Grammy.
I went to 2. I just kind of lost interest in it. You know what? I really have a what's the opposite of a penchant?
Aversion?
Yeah,
Aversion.
for like kind of celebrity culture. The whole hoopla, and all this like fanfare around like the most banal things that humans do.
You had a great time?
So, yeah, I had a great time.
Where was the Grammys?
I don't even know. The one is like the Staples Center or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Maybe. But back in the day when we could do that
Bitcoin
shit.
Arena or something?
Yeah.
Crypto. It was always at Staples because I had to do Radio Row.
Oh, wait,
back
it's not
there every
Staples
year.
anymore?
No,
It's crypto.com.
Get out of here.
I'm not lying.
Mine was at the Shrine.
Oh, yeah. That too.
Before Staples was built, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years,
Or
I
right
think it's
around
always
that time, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was something to do, and I was already there. But I guess the way that it works
You're already
is
at the
that
Shrine?
you have to pay. Yeah, I was living in the dumpster in the alley, and you have to pay to go, even if you're nominated. Yeah, that's how they get you. And
really?
Yeah, it was really crazy.
like
So I
that-
was like,
Usually
all right,
the label or
like
someone
just-
will pay,
no.
for
well,
how much was it?
Yeah.
circumstances.
it would have been neat. So I just thought it would be a really funny opportunity to print my friend's phone number on my shirt and then do the red carpet.
That's fun.
And that was fun. That was my takeaway. And that was fun. It was a good time. And then I'm like, what, would I do this every year? Probably not.
So pay to go, like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you have to pay to get your star.
Do you too?
I think it's
Yeah.
10
Well, yeah, because it
grand.
goes to the city, like the
restoration
committee.
I guess, but
committee.
I never heard of pay to go. I didn't know that was true with
Yeah.
the Grammys.
Oh.
I wonder how much it is.
It's like $6,000.
It's a lot.
Damn.
I have a
Damn.
friend who's a Grammy nominee, and he produced Beats, Rhymes, and Life, the Tribe Called Quest documentary. Got nominated for a Grammy 8 years
couldn't
ago.
go.
Still gets invitations to go every year, and he goes half the time. It costs $500 a ticket or whatever, but it's like, hey, come to the Grammys. Here's
Yeah.
how much it costs.
Well, especially if you're not even I live like near Toronto, so I got to pay for a flight down there too, and then a hotel, and then this. And
Jeez, who knew?
Yeah, it's like a big operation. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I won't even drive 3 hours north to go camping, and you want me to go like to LA and wear a suit?
Well, but you got a lot of range when it comes to the gumball rally.
Yeah.
So you're dichotomy.
Well, transportation's covered.
All right, sorry, Gina.
Well, we've talked about dogs sniffing out all kinds of things, and now it has a little more legitimacy, at least if you're in the Black Keys or Metallica or Tool, because COVID sniffing dogs are a thing now, and they're being used backstage at these shows. So Live for Live Music reports that in effort to prevent the virus from postponing and canceling shows, the bands I just mentioned have recruited biodetection canines to screen performers and crew members and production staff as an extra layer of precaution. Biodetection canine president Jerry Johnson, he's an Air Force veteran who worked with dog teams while deployed in Iraq and Afghanistan in the 2000s. He told Rolling Stone that the company has 12 dogs in service. They're training more now. And he says it is done within 98 to 99% accuracy in double-blind validation studies. And since they can test up to 200 people an hour, it's cheap. It's much cheaper than traditional testing. While the dogs have previously sniffed hands and feet, with Omicron, because it's just so contagious, as I can attest to, they sniff masks, and they can tell you right then and there.
Oh, you just pop the mask, give a sniff. Yeah. I've always been talking about this. I had my venereal sniffing dogs that could be used at parties. I had my cancer sniffing dogs. Well, come on, let's be honest.
How do they do that though? Like, so surely the dog has to know what COVID smells like, right? So do they expose the dog to?
They get him addicted to COVID.
Yeah.
Well, remember
does a dog get it?
No, we were talking about dogs getting it like idiots like a year and a half ago. Remember, there's that little scare. Dogs, pets
first
getting
canine
it.
case. Yeah.
God damn, are we dumb? Like, we just had to come out with everything all at once. So anyway, everything has a smell. That's, you think, well, coffee and red wine or something, but everything has a smell. Dogs can tell. And then all you have to do, and I don't even think there's a breed of dog that's better than the next. They have to be enthusiastic, and then they train them on that smell. And then they reward them when they find it. And that's how you get the gunpowder and the cocaine and the backyard fruit and the salami and all the cash sniffing dogs. You get all the different sniffing dogs.
That's it. You've brought up the breed doesn't matter. It's more about the enthusiasm. I wonder if police and law enforcement tend towards German Shepherds simply for the intimidation factor. Because what if a Schnauzer is the best smelling dog? You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody's afraid of a beagle.
Yeah, precisely. A bloodhound. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the canine units obviously have the German Shepherds because they got enforced.
They're athletic and they can,
The ones
attack.
at the airport, I feel like, that are looking for stuff, they just seem to be all different breeds.
Rescues. Yeah.
Look, I feel the same way about employees, which is I don't give a fuck what your breed is. I want a dog that hunts. You know what I mean? And that's what they get. They get the enthusiastic dogs. That being said, a white lab would be preferable.
Nice, yeah.
But if we're Chihuahua,
an Alaskan
you know what I'm
Beggars
saying?
can't be choosers. Well, I don't know if you've seen this video. Today, it has been around and it is crazy. Officers in California saved this pilot who crashed onto railroad tracks seconds before the train just obliterated.
Was this like directed by
helicopter.
Michael Bay?
Seriously, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. People.com reports that on Sunday, the Cessna 172 made an emergency landing around 2 p.m. After it had taken off from an airport in Pacoima, for you locals out here. 2 officers from the LAPD can be seen on body camera footage pulling this, and wait for it, don't show it yet, this bloodied pilot to safety moments before the train collides with this aircraft. The pilot was the only one on board and was transported to the hospital, unknown condition. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating. Now, the first 11 seconds have no audio, and then it kicks in, but very worth playing the whole 20 seconds. Here we go.
So it's an elderly guy.
Where is this? Sorry.
It's out
In
here.
LA.
It's in LA.
It's on the train tracks.
When?
Pacoima, I think it's Whiteman
Oh, wow, that guy's
Airport.
messed up.
Oh my shit!
These guys are heroes.
LeBron tweeted that if it's a black pilot, they would have left him. in there.
That sounds hard to believe.
Wow, that's what LeBron says.
That was like 4.5 seconds. Well, did they say how long it was, or can you tell?
It was about 4 seconds. That's crazy.
Because there was no audio for 11 seconds. And
I mean,
between
between the time they got him out and the
That's
time
what I'm saying.
My question herein lies where railway technology is at, that it didn't know.
They couldn't radio it in.
That wasn't a plane because
60 seconds earlier.
Yeah, a minute, maybe 2 minutes while that thing kind of skidded onto there. And in the middle of an intersection, it looked like, too. So they probably have some kind of control.
Yeah, there's something about trains where once they get started, they don't stop until they hit a building.
There's a good movie called Unstoppable about the runaway train.
That's
It was
right.
like 10 years ago.
Then a movie called Runaway Train.
Yes, there
and
is.
then,
John Voight.
Silver Street. Silver Street, they end up driving the train right through the train station. Like, evidently, they don't stop. But yet, they have a magical cord that travels through every compartment where if you pull on it, it will stop.
It's like the oh shit handle in a car.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
really serve a function.
You're right. Like, the plane landed. The cops weren't at the intersection when they had to roll up on it. They had to get the guy out. I mean, they had to have 2 minutes at least to go to the train. Hey, man.
You'd
or like a
think.
sensor or something, like stop the train.
I don't know if you care, but there's a plane.
Yeah, that's what that would be the message. Yes.
You're trying to sell us something.
I would also argue, while I love that big air horn, a crashed plane is not going to fly away. You know, no reason to tap the horn. You know what I mean? When there's a stalled pickup truck and they got the illegals in the bed, definitely ride that horn, but don't just honk it. That's just pomp and circumstance at that point. The plane is destroyed. It's not flight worthy. There's no way it's going to move itself.
The horn's just showmanship.
Yeah, that's right. Just showing off. Mm-hmm.
Well, you mentioned LeBron, and got to tell you, there's some more auction stuff coming up. The first one I want to talk about, 2 Kobe Bryant and LeBron James game-used jerseys just hit the auction block, and they're expected to bring in over $100,000 a piece. What makes them so special? Well, the white Bryant one is ultra rare. It's a Noche Latina Lakers jersey that he wore when they played against the Bulls back in 2013. They had the Los Lakers night. So this was sort of the Latin themed night, and he signed the shirt. He signed the jersey inside the 2. LeBron's jersey doesn't have an autograph, but it makes it unique because it was a uniform he wore several times during his first season as a Laker. Both pieces now up for auction. TMZ says the Bryant jersey may go for $125. James could go for $150, and I'll keep you posted because those close next month.
Yeah, all the memorabilia is going crazy. Nobody
But wait,
wants
there's
to put
more.
money in the bank. Yeah.
Michael Caine is offloading a couple of things. He's decided to put many of his personal items and movie memorabilia up for auction. He has items that, like his Rolex.
Oscars?
No.
That's just for show.
Rolex around 16 grand, paintings from his collection. Let's see. According to UK Times newspaper, he says he's reluctantly selling off many of his beloved items as he and his wife Shakira downsize from their mansion in southeast England.
The Deadmau5 is making a face because I think they see the same thing.
We're thinking the same thing.
Which is, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I can't think of any actor I'd be less interested in their stuff than Michael Caine.
Reluctantly.
You don't want his signature glasses?
Yeah.
Oh, reluctantly.
That looks like Charles Nelson Riley's glasses, number one.
I mean, I hate to do this.
Where were all these collectors when Deadmau5 was selling his 458, man?
Yeah, right?
You know what I mean?
Are those from
Should
Kingsman?
have just held on to it.
There's a thing going on. You hear about Bruce Springsteen put his catalog up. I think John Legend put his catalog up. I think there's a...
Are you talking about rights?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Maersk is buying it all, apparently.
Everyone's just going... I think this is a new thing because I think there's a lot of atheists in our group who just go, fuck it, I'm cashing in now. And then someone goes, what about your kids? Yeah, fuck them. I'll take the money now. Like, there's a lot of I want to... I've just hear more and more stories of people selling catalogs and selling rights and selling memorabilia and just going, I was going to give this shit to my kids, but fuck it.
Do they know something we don't know?
I think it's the pandemic fire sale. I've seen it too in all the music community and industry and stuff like that. Of people like just basically literally putting together these 5-year plans to get their rights back from the majors or whatever they need to do to buy in or buy back their shit and then pawn it off to like the weirdest shit, like a shipping company.
This
or
doesn't
just anyone with money.
This doesn't bode well for my theory. So I have a theory.
All right.
I don't want to ruin your day.
Great.
But I was thinking of Richard Branson and Bezos and Elon Musk. Like, why such a hurry to get off the planet?
But they came back.
I know.
Yeah,
But
wow.
eventually, just like my dad with that pack of cigarettes, they're never coming back.
Okay. Is it going to upset you that I'm thinking about doing something in 2023 that involves like kind of sort of leaving the planet?
It's going to bolster my
There's this thing
thought
called
here.
Worldview. And
What
they're
does it do?
doing they're basically weather balloons attached to giant pods. It's worldview.com. And then you go up. They're testing now, and I think the first commercially available flights will be in like 2023. They're booking reservations and all that stuff. So
You're
With
thinking
the
about
idea
it?
that you'd live up there for a little bit?
no,
Or
just
visit?
hang out. Just
Okay,
hang out.
Okay.
You know, and so me and another musician, Kaizo, were really kicking around the idea of going up there and doing the first recording in
Oh, now you're talking.
space.
Yeah.
So
shit.
we go up there, we hang out. It's a big enough like kind of pod that we can bring some computer equipment and her acoustic guitar or whatever, and then we can like
Nice.
jam out up
Is
there.
any of this
and then
shit on
do-
the internet? Because I'm going to.
No, this is breaking, Adam. I'm giving you
Oh, this is
one.
breaking.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's in we're talking about it.
Well-
but it's really cool idea, I think. But I have to come back as well.
So I'll come back to Earth or come back to the show?
Come back to Earth after the thing. But that's leading to your theory.
My theory is that the richest, most well plugged in, connected. Believe me, these guys know what's going on in the world. They got some info out of China or Russia. I don't know what they got, but it's a race to get the fuck off the planet. Now, just like that movie with Cusack, 2012. 2012.
Film,
Ark.
Adam,
The
film,
Ark.
They're
film.
buying an ark. You have to buy space on the ark, okay? So Elon is building a space station because this whole shit show is going down, man. It's all going down in the next few years. Bruce Springsteen and all these other guys are liquidating everything to get a space on the ark.
That's right.
What do they need all this cash for all of a sudden? You got the richest guys on the planet. They're going up. They're going down. They're experimenting. They're talking about colonizing these different planets and building space stations.
Elysium.
Yes, and the rich guys are all cashing in now to buy themselves a space on the ark. We're all going to be left behind. And even Deadmau5.
I hope so.
I think Deadmau5 can be with us.
Well, you got to remember,
my
like,
theory.
if 90% of the population fights and somehow makes it off this fucking planet, I'd be part of the happy 10% that's like, chill. Yeah, you know,
relax.
we don't have to
Same.
deal with that shit.
I've said that so many times. I'm team meteor. I want to be taken out by the meteor in one shot. I don't want to have to worry about getting off the planet. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I saw Don't Look Up. Just let me have dinner and
Yep.
go in peace.
This may be a Chinese meteor. Either way.
Oh, there it is.
They're all cashing in to buy. Even wait, who was just selling all this stuff? Donna.
Springsteen?
No,
Okay, Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. He wants off too. Sorry, well, we got this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. It's a
Look how futuristic those renderings
Damn.
are.
floating pod.
Not bad.
Damn.
Goes up
Yeah.
80,000 feet or what?
It's actually just for my own satisfaction to see the curved Earth.
Good for you.
stuff.
parachutes down.
Prove it's actually around.
But it will be debunked very quickly by it's the lens, it's the glass.
I
it's
got
the,
you.
know.
Yeah. It's the distortion of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
air.
We're talking about Elephant Show.
Flat Earth.
So what do you go up to? 80,000?
I think 100.
100. Wow. Sweet.
Is that actually space? I think it's still stratosphere at that point.
I don't know. At
Whatever.
100, at 100 you're
Higher than us.
knocking on that
Higher
door.
than
Yeah,
most
don't
high
open
things.
the door is all I got to say. All right, Gina, let's bring it home.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
The moral is everybody farts.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Now, listen, We were talking about your dogs that sniffed out COVID. I was called a heretic for saying dogs could sniff out cancer 20 some odd years ago. It's all, though, my crazy theories. You wait till Elon and all those guys take off with the boss sitting on their lap and never come back.
Send apologies to Adam Carolla.
Why are we delegating all these responsibilities onto like 2 or 3 people in the world? Can we just
spread it around?
Maybe nurture new talent. I'm getting kind of tired of Daddy Elon having to save the world.
Well, it's an elitist group because they only want the guys with the big brains up there. Or the guys who can entertain them with their music.
That's right.
That's
or
true.
Comedy.
All right. Let me tell you about Geico. Do you rent your home? Well, you do one or the other, and you work hard. And that's why Geico's made it easy to bundle your policies. You go to geico.com and bundle your homeowners or renters insurance along with your automotive policy. And it's a good thing, too, because they already have so much to do around your house. So go to geico.com, get a quote, and see just how much you could save when you get your bundle working at Geico. That is at geico.com. All right, I'm going to be, speaking of space, I'll be at the Bray Improv February 6th with William Shatner, fresh off his moonshot. Dennis Quaid's.
Man.
Yeah, he's coming there as well. We'll do a couple of shows there, and go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. Deadmau5, you can check out the website, deadmau5.com. is where you go. Stephanie Motto, fartjarsnft.com, as if there wasn't another reason to leave the planet. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Gina Grad, Ball Bryan, and Deadmau5, and Stephanie Motto saying mahala.
And the HBO special I did that aired, I guess, 2 years ago, I did about 20 minutes of it. None of it memorable. No,
I must have been drunk because I saw that HBO special like 5 times, although I probably saw the same 18 minutes
that's
5
what I
times.
do. That's all I ever do when I watch my friends and stuff. And then the last 15 or 20 was guitar. And I sang a song that I sang today, which is called My Dog Licked My Balls, which is not a true story, but it seemed humorous.